Okay, time to suffer. Is the suffering beginning? How's it suffering? Suffering? Any suffering? We must struggle. I wish we didn't enjoy whatever that is. I think that's because there's like an anchor in my model. But I'm like moving past it. Either that or maybe it's tracking the mic instead of me. Anyway, guess we'll see how today goes. I got a fan on today. Shouldn't shouldn't be peaking on this mic. This mic has like really almost too good of noise isolation. It really only like, let's say that's the mic. It really only like gets sound from this way, and it barely gets anything from the other directions. So hopefully we're good. Anyway, let's experience true suffering here. I need a new angle for the skull. How's that looking? God awful if you ask me. There's no way I can pull this off. Here we go. Hey, there it is. Fuck, I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay. If I just like start here maybe, and like go up to there, and then there. So we'll hit that, we'll hit that. And this one comes out a little more, so we'll do that. You know, am I crazy? This seems like the play to me for some reason. Maybe it's because I've never done this one before. I mean, it's pretty close to one we have tried, but you know, completely opposite. And there's problems associated with that. And the big problem with it is that I'm doing it. So, what is this angle, man? What am I doing? What the hell am I cooking up here? Bro, I don't think this is it. Why it gotta be so hot in here? I don't like it. And we scoop. And then that should probably not be there. That should be roughly there. I don't know. This feels too small, actually. Where did my button go? There's my fucking button. Bro, this is gonna suck. How did I erase that so well? Wait, who am I? Who is this? Why did that go kind of well? I mean, it was just erasing, so let's not count our eggs before they chicken. Can I please? Thank you. Thank you. Why the fuck wouldn't it work? That feels way too wide to me. Am I crazy? I feel like I am. And I would know I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Rubber room. Rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once. Come on down, feeler. I think we'll probably do. There's so many angles I could try here, but I think I'll probably do hopefully this one and maybe start another one today. But the full side profile facing that way, and then maybe like, oh, I wanted to do up and over, right? So maybe like looking up and looking down, if that makes sense, just so we get like an idea, just to help a little bit. And then we'll probably move on to the other bust we've got working on. I'll probably keep this open just for references. I know I'm not going to be drawing a lot of skulls really, but we'll see. Okay. There's actually like a big mysterious scratch. It's been there for a while, by the way, in the middle of my monitor. I wonder if I've ever accidentally drawn that line as a line. I wouldn't be surprised. Do 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 do. Apparently, I think this might be too wide, but I guess that's as good as I get. Ba 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 dum. Yeah da 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 dum. Feel like this is a bit off, and I want to change it, but I don't really know what it is about that that's giving me that vibe. So I'm gonna change it, but I'm gonna question it the whole time. Like, is this the right move? Find out right now. The answer is almost certainly not. If I'm doing it, the answer is probably no. Almost certainly no. Yeah, definitely not. Okay. Wait, I'm fucking up. Hold on. Think I need to come out and then go straight sooner. And then, like, shoot. Come out, go straight, and then go straight. Oh, this feels weird. And then, like, do a major curve. And then kind of, like, lop off. And like that. Okay. I think that's alright. I mean, it's not good, but it's alright. Maybe clean this area up a little bit. I'm not too sure. Alright. What the fuck? What do I do? What do I do? This feels too small. Thankfully, this is generally not attached to too much. So I should, in theory, be able to get away from it. Bro, why my hand hurt? I don't like it. I'm in this weird space, I guess, where I have actually been practicing like off stream. And so I guess like I'm just still not used to that. And I'm like drawing too much maybe. And it's like fatigue. That's all I can think. That or arthritis. Which is within the realm of possibility. Feels more like a hand cramp though to me. Oh, I can't get this. Jesus, dude, what am I doing? It's too much. It actually somehow might be the best, even though it's not very good. Alright, let's just undo all of this. Okay. Alright. Ooh, brother. This guy stings. Okay. Let's draw that towards that. Draw that. It's too small. Why is my phone going off? I swear if it's telling me I'm live, it is. It's telling me I'm live. I fucking know. By the way, not counting my chickens yet because they can always pull some funny business. I sold a watch. They can always, cancel it before I send it out, and also through eBay, they can just fuck me whenever they want. Very not ideal if you ask me. But we sold a watch. Look at that. Why does this feel so wrong to me? I believe I didn't do the exact math, but I believe we stand to make about $100, which is nice. A little more if I'm lucky, and it's not going too far. I do have concerns that they are one of those people who sent me a bunch of kind of lowball offers beforehand. Usually those are trouble. But they never did anything like too egregious. It was just like you're really asking for a 50% discount. Not even like a 40% discount without even talking to me. It's like, come on, bro. First off, I'd be losing money, but like at least have the fucking decency to be like, yo, so um, do you do discounts or something? But I mean, I was obviously willing to negotiate. I think I came down from like 1,800 to 1,400 because I was still going to make money and it was still the cheapest one out there at that fucking price. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? I feel like I'd rather just have the couple extra hundred and the money back than to keep holding out, especially in this economy. There's no telling when the next person comes along, and quite frankly, less and less people who can afford that. So, all right, I think we might have to do something about this. So either the eye is too small, or the eye is too big, or this here is too small, right? You know what? Let's forego our gut instinct and let's make it smaller. And let's make this not necessarily bigger, but just a little longer, you know? Or a little more protruded. That's how I'll put it. Okay. That should help me quite a bit here. Because as it stood, we just weren't meeting. I think that's what the problem was. This was too small and this was too big. And I was trying to like fit this to that. And right, we still had to bring this in a little bit, but I feel like it's a little more balanced now. All right, we're definitely gonna have to shrink this soon. So this is, what is this? Hold on, let's look. Let's just take a second to look. So that's under cheek. That must be too big. Or the nose is too small. The nose should end at roughly the under cheek. I can't really make the under cheek that much smaller. We can maybe do a little bit of work to it. Okay. Let's maybe hit him with that. Okay. And then kind of do that and then curve that maybe. And we're going to have to do something here to make this a little less. Maybe. It's a bit much. It's a bit awkward, really. I don't know that that's the answer, but that's the one we're going with. We do, I believe, need to increase the size of this, unfortunately. I was hoping we wouldn't, but looks like we do. Okay. So if I do something along the lines of that, hit him with that, and maybe that. Does that help give a little perspective on the situation? Not particularly. I don't even know what that is. All I know is mine's crooked, bro. Oh, fuck. Why do I have a notification on Twitch? Nobody better be fucking messaging me on Twitch. Look, if you're not real if you're DMing people on Twitch. You're not real. You are not a real human being. A real human being. Okay. Hit him with it. You know I had to do it to him. And then there should be something coming down roughly here. So let's hit him with it. And then we finish off over there. Ooh, this is not looking good. I don't like it. I do not like this. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What do I do? This is off. This is like real off. How did I do that? Okay. New notifications. Is this me going live again? Why am I getting a notification about the USA map 4x6 photograph? Why? What is this? Why would I want this? I didn't recently view this. What do you mean? Well, that's concerning. Okay. Quite concerning, to say the least. Let's not do what they do. I don't feel like it's right. So, or what the model does rather. We're not gonna put like a very severe bit of curvature to the teeth. I don't think that's right. It doesn't look right to me. It doesn't feel right. I get that I'm fucking up right now by like this is too skinny here, but we can fix that right now. Oh boy, it didn't work. I think this is the wrong way. Okay, so gums, teeth, teeth, and then, you know, gums and whatever the fuck else, chin, I guess. Alright, so let's get a little zoomed. God, that feels so small, doesn't it? Okay. Okay. Why does this just feel so fucking weird? Is it just because I'm so used to drawing it the other direction at this point? Or am I fucking up that badly? You know? Good news, everyone. I fucked up again. Right in the jawline. Not too terrible so far. Okay. Right in the hinge of it. And if I instead change it so that it comes up like that and instead goes like that, we should come together a little cleaner. That's not right. Hold on, how do I do this? I think I have to like hit it with that and then that. But that's really okay. Maybe that's not what I have to change. Maybe I have to change this. Jesus Christ. I hate that. All right. So, this doesn't appear to be ending in the proper space for me. So that needs to be like that. And then I really need to figure this out. But that is not the right shape. So what do I do? Okay. So then this can go more like that, I guess. And then circle over like that. We'll just call it a day on that. Then we got to raise this, even though that doesn't look right to us. Dude, what have we done? Why does my back have to hurt too? Cut me some slack, man. Okay, this is all not long enough. Bro, it's so ass. Fuck. How did we mess this part up? This was like the good part. This was fine. How did I do it? How did I manage to fuck this up? Just ignore it for now. I hate that I can't fucking like do this properly. I need to be able to see the whole fucking image for this to work for me, but I just can't. And no, it wouldn't matter if I changed the size of the canvas or anything. The problem is I can't draw that long of a straight line at that size. And if I, it would be harder actually if I made the canvas bigger, right? Like, it's just too fucking much. I'm not there. I gotta fucking shrink it again, dude. That's so fucking frustrating. This really also wouldn't help. Again, if I had a bigger canvas, I would just draw bigger and I would end up in the same fucking position. It really would not matter. And then we just have the negatives that come along with having a bigger canvas that are, you know, the slower movement times if I get too much. What? Is this the problem? The no, right? Maybe this is the problem. Hold on. No, that actually makes it worse. Like a lot worse, really. Maybe if I do it here. Yeah, that doesn't help me really. It's just not long enough. But if I make it any longer, it's gonna be too long. Okay. So, I guess we do the thing. So we have no fucking choice. Control Z it. Think we still fucked it up, right? Yep. How do I do this? Can I just move this down? Let's just do that. It already feels super squished. I can't keep fucking shrinking it. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Right? It's not correct. No, it just looks so bad for me. I'm just not that guy, you know? Jesus, dude. Look at how far off we've been. Something needs to change here, but I don't think there's anything I can change. Like, how do I fix this? I don't think I can. Right, so this looks better, but then the jaw doesn't align properly. For now, sorry, for now we're gonna, I guess, run with this. So this, it's like this strange place I'm in where the jaw and mouth, like the mouth is fine, but the jaw is too big or too small, right? If I make it any bigger, it's gonna be way too big. But it's too small for this space. I don't understand how I managed to do this. Like, the jaw is good, but the jaw's not good. God damn it. This is way too big now. And it still doesn't even align. Is it this? I'm about to sneeze. There's only one way to do this. I have to just redo the entire mouth and jaw. Because if I do the head smaller, it's just gonna look real stupid. So it has to be that big. And if the head has to be that big, then the jaw has to scale up. But I feel like now the rest of the head is gonna look fucking weird. I guess we're gonna deal with it though. Okay. I don't know how we're gonna increase the size of things without it looking stupid as fuck, but we're gonna try. Jesus Christ. Okay. It's this. There's just nothing I can do. I can't fix this. Not with the way I've done things. I just made this area too small. Damn. I worked on that area for so long too. That's the crazy part to me. Like I went out of my way to do that and it still just isn't it. I redid this to make it bigger as well. This is my second time redoing the whole fucking mouth. So gum, gum, tooth, tooth. Right. God damn it, dude. Not it. You gotta come out like that. Then go like that. Okay. Now we have to scoop. And scoop. Nope. But I'm not doing it again. Maybe clean this up, but I'm not redrawing everything again. Still super wrong, like right here. All right, well, we'll draw a line for this, and if this fixes it, this fixes it, but if it doesn't, I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's gonna just be a waste of time. I'm not getting anywhere. What is this fucking line? There we go. Okay. All right. Maybe if I straighten this one, that'll give me more of the impression. Well, that didn't straighten it at all. Okay. Let's do the eye sockets. If we can. Sorry. Too thin. Feel like there's a lot of space here. All right. So it sucks. The like top and back. Hold on. So this area, let's put this on a new thing. This area here, too small, too skinny, too small, too small, too big, I think. Too like malaligned. At the wrong angle. Like all of it's just wrong, man. It sucks. I feel like we really took a long time on that too. I don't know. I guess we'll see if maybe we can lard it and clean it up a little bit, but I don't think this is it. I can't draw a line right now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I can't do it. Okay. Just gonna do. So at a certain point you just have to move on. I just need to move on. Like what the fuck am I doing? Ooh, that was wobbly. That's interesting. The pen tracks like that, but it doesn't. All right, that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Super wobbly there. Okay. 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 The fuck am I drawing? I don't think this is supposed to be here, but I'm committed now. I need to be committed to a fucking mental asylum after this shit, dude. That's what I need to commit to. This shit is whack. Okay. They call me the Wackinator, because I'm whacking it. I'm over here whacking it. That is way too jagged, by the way, but we're just going to ignore that fact because it's inconvenient. And that's what we do with inconvenient things. We ignore them. Maybe that's why people ignore me. I think we can clean that up a little bit, like just a smidgen mayhap. Okay. I am going to freak out. This shit looks like ass. Not the good kind. Why my head hurt? I think maybe I know I want to keep going. Like I want to do another one from this angle just to see if I can do it better, but I think maybe we don't today. I think I gotta like back off of this or something because this is the second day in a row where I've just completely fucking flopped. Like some days I feel like maybe I'm getting somewhere. Like it's not good or anything, but like I'm hopeful. This is just not that, and that's twice now in a row, right? Like that's just not how we're getting along. Jesus. Well, that's not right, but that's what we're getting. Okay, so let's hide that. Once again, not right, but that's what we're getting. Oh, brother. All right. we're gonna do, I guess, that like block shading technique, which again, not particularly accurate, but it like gives us a little bit of help. It's like a step in the right direction. Um, I'm thinking though, I might try and do it so that it's a more consistent, rather than just copying the way it kind of comes off. I'm thinking what I do is I will like pick a direction where I'm gonna say the light is coming from, and I'll try and do what I think it should look like. I think that's what we're gonna do here. So we're still gonna use like gray and opacity. It's just, I don't know, I feel like this makes more sense than copying this thing that I just don't really feel like has been all that accurate. Okay, so we got that. All right, where do we want the light to come from? So they apparently have the light coming from here. No, because it's dark right here. But it's light here. But it's darker here. Where is this light coming from? Here? I guess it's coming from like that direction. Okay. Well, I think here's what I do. Think we just make everything roughly the same. Right? And then from here we can white or black it or darken it. I don't fuck. What did I just get? Oh, I never finished this. Wait, what? What line is this? Bro. Come on. Wait, what is this? What is this? This is part of this? I guess. Okay. How did I miss that? Sorry. Undo. Do. Undo. I mean redo. Okay. So now let's just say they had the light coming from there, and that could be good for us, but I think I would like the light to be coming from this way. So in theory, this should be like a little darker, right? That should be a little darker. Maybe not necessarily this dark, but we can fix that. Right? And I get that we're doing it in a bit of a swath, really. So this isn't quite right. But I think this is the best way to approach this for me right now. So, uh-huh. How did I just end up back on this layer? No, all of these are on the wrong layer, bro. So frustrating. Could have swore I already went back. All right. Well, you know what? We're on white. So this should be a little lighter. Maybe a little less light for that. Right? A little lighter. Less light for that, a little lighter, even though that obviously wouldn't make sense, but you'd have flesh. Honestly, this actually might be lighter than those, right? And like a little lighter there, and maybe even lighter there. Um, so that should be generally a little lighter. Then this should maybe be like one shade lighter, right? And again, this isn't perfect, right? Parts of this should be darker, parts of it should be lighter, all of that. So like in here probably should be darker, specifically like right here where maybe the light wouldn't wrap around, and then like right over there. But you know, sometimes you win, right? This half should be darker, but it's just not. Maybe hit him with that a little bit. What the fuck did I just do? What is this? I don't know what that was. What was that? So maybe a little darker on this area just because it like kind of folds over, but it's not like super dark or anything. And maybe a little darker there because that's technically under, I mean, technically the same for some of this, but like not really. I don't know how to put it. Um, you know, I feel like this is too dark for this. Like it shouldn't be as dark as that there. So the idea is I get that I can't express some of this 3D as 3D because I suck and that's beyond me. The idea is we'll just do it in red for a sec. Light is coming from this way, right? This is sort of actually technically supposed to be curved. So that's why it's a little darker. The light that's reflecting off of it isn't hitting your eye as the viewer from this direction as well. This is supposed to technically be under. So again, you're not actually seeing it. This is kind of straight on, so you should be seeing this light pretty well. And again, it's just not detailed. It's just kind of like a flat lighting. Um, and again, since this is at a more of an angle, it's not reflecting as much light to your eye as it could be, right? It's, the lighting is hitting it and kind of going more like that rather than like hitting it and kind of just coming back. Obviously, this isn't perfect, and neither is my explanation here. But right, that this is again quite extreme because the light obviously doesn't necessarily physically, loop around, but this should be lighter. It's just darker to show the contrast, right? Your your face wouldn't turn like black because you shine a light on one side. I mean, I guess it kind of could if it was dark enough out in the rest of the world, right? Like at middle of the night, no light pollution. Actually, thinking about it, campfire shit, don't they usually do that? They like shine, or at least they do in movies, right? You shine the flashlight up at your face, and like it really accentuates the shadows and the darkness, and it's like really bright, and then like you can't even see facial features. So I guess that kind of is accurate. But again, this half would probably be lighter than that half. But I just kind of went with it to go with it. All right. We don't need that layer. Let's go ahead and yoink this. We'll leave the background actually. Let's move all of it together, please. Let's actually combino dicko them. Okay. Just take a sec. All right. This is the moment where we decide. I'm not giving up on skulls, but should we draw something else for a second? The thing is, I don't know what to draw. I'm like looking around. It's like the same old stuff, right? I can draw knives again. And I'm not opposed. I just don't feel like that's going to be the amount of time that I want it to be. I guess we'll do another skull. Maybe what I'll do is try and get through skulls. And then we'll take like a knife day or maybe I'll try watches again. It's been a while. I just haven't ever felt like I can do the watches. It requires too much like precision. And I'm just not that guy, you know? Like, what can I do? Nothing. Literally nothing. Alright. Okay. So let's try and whip out like maybe a sketch. You know? Make sure we're on black. Okay. So a 1 and a 2 and a... What do we think? Wrong way. Okay. All right. So if we hit him with that, we hit him with that. Why does this feel... Oh, that's because it's at 4, 5 apparently. I've now pressed Control Z twice with no effect. Why doesn't it work sometimes? Like, brother, I'm pressing you. I can hear it. Like, what the fuck? It's baffling. Truly baffling. Hello? Did you see that? Like it was registering it, but like not. No, we had it too. I just needed to fix the end. What am I doing, bro? All right. Dude, it really feels like I can feel like my skin on the fucking thing. Is there a hole in this already? I don't see one. Hi, how are you? It's me, Guy. Here we go. All right. We're done. Get out of here. Thank you. All right. Back to the drawing board. Let's go. We'll hit him with that. Hit him with that. Oh, no. That was all one fucking thing, too. See, this is where I feel like I really just lose it because I feel like this is too big. You know? This just feels way too big to me. But then, like, it's gonna be too small. This feels massive. This feels way too massive. It's so fucking massive. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. I mean, obviously I'm doing everything wrong, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like I can see it. I know what to do, but when I do it, it's just wrong. Like, this is way too big. Literally, this fucking nose is the size of that mouth. I get that I'm gonna have to shrink it, but Jesus fuck. Like, how am I fucking this up? Like, even shrinking this, I don't think is gonna help. All right, come on. We gotta work faster. We gotta do this faster. We gotta go for it. We gotta send it. This is wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. Bro. So frustrating. Okay. What? What am I doing? Like, what am I missing here? That's not right, but whatever. It's way too high, way too low, way too big, but sometimes you just gotta, let it go. Feel like this eye is too big. And this nose is too small. Because I shrank it. Yeah, the nose is too small now. All right. Okay. Damn it. Sorry. Bum, 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 bum. Don't like. Do not like that. Okay. This is not long enough. Did it again. I feel like I'm doing everything in my power to make this right, but I just can't. How am I like making it so fucking off? This is just not long enough here, I guess. Which completely fucks with the eye. So now that's too long there. Of course, we have this, which is wrong. We have okay. It's just not right, but whatever. We're just gonna send it because this shit's ass and I can't keep fucking doing this, man. I just can't keep spending so much time trying to revise a fucking sketch. I need to move on. I'm not gonna get any practice if I just keep... I think my pen just died. Oh, okay. I don't think I have a replacement pen for this. I have replacement tips somewhere. Should probably find those. I don't have a replacement pen. Alright, so I'm already gonna tell you this is too small for the rest of the face, but I don't care. We can't, I can't do it, so we're doing the best we can with what we have right now. I think my pen died again. Okay. This is wrong. So wrong. Okay. Hit him with that. And then that. 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 Then we should be able to hit that. Okay. I just got really lost. Where are we? So we're here. Okay. Think our only option left is the old shrink ray. Okay. And then okay, let's redo this. I think after the sketch, I mean, it's probably going to be time for me to get off anyway, but I think we got to go. I feel like I'm just not, like, my hand is just too shaky. I can't do it. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's not do that right now. So let's look. Okay. So right now, I am really lost on what we're on. I think what I need to do is clean this up again. That needs to come out like that. This needs to come in. There we go. So now this can actually be redone. So maybe even get this out to here. Hit them with that. And then hit them with that. This feels really off, but I don't really know what else to do. All right. I don't know, man. I just gotta get on. I gotta move on from this, like, spot. I just can't do it. Where the fuck am I right now? Okay, here I am. Okay. I need to be able to, like, zoom in, but, like, keep the fucking image on screen. I hate that I can't do it. It's like this weird thing where I need to see where I'm going so that I can get a better idea of, like, the space I'm in. But, like, I just can't. I mean, I guess the only thing I think that would really help me is a bigger monitor. Because then I can zoom in and get this level of pixelation, if you will, while still being able to see everything, I believe. Damn it. I just can't draw this. Let's just move on. We'll leave that. Not enough. Just send it. See, like, right now, I need to know where this is, but I can't really fucking tell. So we're just gonna wing it. Okay. Jesus, dude. Why does this angle feel so much more difficult for me? I need to shrink it again, I think. Or maybe just move it. Can I just get away with moving it? Okay. Okay. It's too steep. It's a little better. Not much, though. What's crazy is that's kind of good, all things considered, but it's not what I want, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Okay. Okay. How do I do this? I feel like this needs to be like thinner. We'll just call it that. Bro, I don't know, man. This is so fucking off. No, what? That was not the same line. I definitely picked up my pen there. Oh man, now I can't fucking do it. I hate when that happens, bro. Guess I gotta move it. Can I move it down? Will that do it for us? Please? Okay. Think that's just the best I'm gonna be able to do right now. Okay. Notice that we are completely avoiding looking at the bigger picture because we know it's fucking ass. Not even in a good way. Okay. Okay. What am I doing? Let's zoom out some more. All right. Looking at it from afar. How do we feel? Feel like we maybe did a little better on the teeth and jaw, even though I really this area here, that like the area between the jaw hinge and like, you know, I can't, man. It's so hard, but I feel like overall we did better. The nose, like the start was just so rough. I don't know where or how to start. Like I think like a big thing for me is the lines just don't mean anything until they do. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I just can't put it together. The lines have to be what the lines are. I think that's why I have so much trouble with like the boxes and stuff because there's so many overlapping lines usually. And it's like those illusions where it's like is it is it the old woman or the young woman, right? And I can see both. And so, depending on if I look up or look down, right? So, if I look up to draw a line while I'm like drawing the old woman that I see, and then I look back up, it's going to be the young woman the next time, right? Like, I can always see both when it comes to like, do you see this or this? I know it's always like some bullshit, your left brain, right brain shit. I don't think that's actually anything at all. But I know some people will be like, well, I can only see this, like, and they require someone to point it out for them. And I'm not saying every time I get these illusions or tricks or whatever, sometimes of course I just can't see it, but usually it's all I see, right? I see everything. So it's like when you have me draw a box, I see all of the lines at once, right? I like invert the box sometimes. So I look at the box and it's like, okay, I see the box. And then if I'm drawing it myself, I look down, I draw my square, and then the next line, and then I look up and it's inverted, right? Like to me, the box is the other way around. And I'm like, wait a minute. And so it takes me a second to process that. And like, I'm just, looking at a box. And even when I'm done, especially let's say, hold on. So let's do the head-on box, right? So let's say you're doing box practice, right? Well, head-on box is literally just a box in a box. I'm doing this a little wide for purpose, right? Which way is the box? This is my problem and why the line stuff I feel like really just ultimately confuses me. So, is this the top of the box or the back of the box? Or is, you know what I mean? Like, how are we looking at it? The perspective changes depending on like how I just happen to glance at it, right? And I know like changing the color. So if I do this in red, this does help. When I was younger, I used to do these as actually like a dotted line so that I would know that that's the transparent part, and that helped a lot. But right, like in something like this, sometimes I just look up and it's like, where am I? Like the lines just got so blurred because I think I don't know. I guess I'm just taking in all of the information at once and just like instantly processing it instead of being like it's like this weird thing where I process it I guess too fast, maybe. So I'm just like, yep, that's box. And I don't care what I'm looking at because it's the box. So I just move on. But like when you're trying to do art, when you're trying to draw something, there's maybe a little more meaning behind it, right? And so if you're on like a line phase before you start coloring things in, you kind of have to approach it more like this is going to be this, and you need it to be this shape, right? So you have to stop and focus on that. But I'm so used to just seeing the box any way the box needs to be because it's just a box that I look up and down and I see a rectangle and it doesn't really matter which way the rectangle is because the rectangle is just a rectangle. So I have to like take a second and like find myself again because it's like, well, it's a rectangle, but it's attached to this fucking rhombus here. But where's that rhombus again? And then here's this. Okay. Like I need the points of it to add up for me. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna try to. Should we do a line art of this? I don't really think I need to actually. Undo that. Um, let's you know what? Let's not necessarily do a line art. What if I do this? So, what if I do all relatively vertical lines as red? And then maybe blue for the rest? It's quite subjective is the problem. And then you have shapes like this. Okay, I would call that not vertical enough. I think it's arguable that these are pretty vertical, to be honest. I don't know. These are vertical enough. Vertical enough, vertical enough. None of that is. this part of that is sort of, that's not. Okay. It's kind of interesting that there becomes a point of like a level of verticality for me where I eventually, it kind of like rolls back over to, actually, that kind of is horizontal, isn't it? You know, this might actually help me determine 3D values. Do you know what I mean? Nope. Okay. So we're just going to switch to blue. We're going to hopefully speed through. Shit. I missed a bunch of the nose. See, these could be arguably vertical because that's the flow of the line, right? The line is going that way, if that makes sense. It's kind of what I was trying to say earlier, right? It's whether or not I see it as vertical is a little more dependent on the fact or on the flow of that part of the line rather than whether or not it actually physically is. I guess that's really stupid, but mentally, right? Mentally, I get that this is probably technically an angle here, right? That's the same as this. And this is like, for me, it visually it's closer to horizontal than it is to vertical, but like it's vertical. You know what I mean? It's like you have the I'm gonna follow along a little more strictly here, but I think mentally, horizontal is effectively like almost only straight lines and like very little, whereas vertical is like literally anything and it's dependent on how you're meant to interpret it. Because I think if I were to redo this, the entire nose would just be red, right? Because it's about keeping the flow of it, right? Like this is, I guess, maybe technically supposed to be blue here, right? But it's also red, you know? Right? This feels like it's supposed to be blue, but I'm gonna keep it as red actually because it just doesn't feel right as blue. Right? These are obviously blue. Or horizontal is how I'll put it. You can use whatever color you want. I'm just using these because I feel like they're highly contrasted and vibrant enough that I can see them in like any light. Right? For me, this is another one where technically this is probably based on flow. It actually should probably be red, but I actually like emotionally it's got to be blue. This is blue. I don't know how to explain it. Right? This is blue no matter what, even though it kind of should just be a part of this red line here. And I actually feel like all of the jaw should probably be blue, but hey, what can you do? For some reason, this is blue because of the flow of it, right? Similar with this, it's just blue. It's just got the flow of horizontal. Maybe horizontal isn't the right way to be putting it, I guess, but maybe there's a different word. But that was like the initial thought process behind trying this, to see if I can like separate out the way the lines feel and look for me. This actually in my head should be red, but you know, and so should these, but we're trying to maintain something here. I think part of it maybe has to do with the fact that the line it's coming off of maybe affects my perception, right? Because this is red here. Maybe I should just have like more than two colors. Maybe it should be like red, blue, and purple. You know, for things that feel like they could go either way. Okay. I feel like this isn't consistent because there's like so much involved with it. It doesn't look bad or anything. I just feel like it just looks like I tried to be stylistic about it rather than using it. I do think it does help though. Maybe I should just do the sketches in red from now on. Maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. I do feel like actually what it really helps with is, I mean, this is super sloppy here, right? And this is hard to look at. And I feel like before, so was this, but it's a little easier to look at now. Maybe if I invert the colors, it'll be better. I don't know. I feel like this is easier to look at than just the black line art. But I feel like this would be harder to draw from the start because then I'm going to be switching between red and blue and red and blue and red and blue and red and blue. It's going to be exhausting and I'm just not going to enjoy it. It's a tough call. I feel like, all right, I feel like I did the eyes and the nose a lot better this time. Um, the shape of the head really fell apart back here. Kind of decent around here. I feel like it just, I don't know, it's okay. It's better than that one, but like it fell apart. Shape of the jaw, actually pretty decent. Teeth were much better. Whatever this fucking thing is, much better. I think we just really fell apart here and we had a really rough start. I really actually kind of like the way this cheek and eye shape came into form. It's kind of decent. It feels closer to what I was going for. All right. I think we're gonna save this and get out of here. So, if you don't want to watch me save this, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Apparently, I can't save this. What is this, 7? I think so. But thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry we only did 2 skulls today. It wasn't happening. That's the second day in a row. I feel like we're still not really even anywhere. Um, but yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging around. Tomorrow I should be on as well, and we'll probably do the flat on, and hopefully we do more than 2. And then maybe the next day we'll do one from under and one from above. Maybe not necessarily even like head on, but like something different. And we can always come back and do more, but I think we should move on from skulls after that and do the full face, just so we can actually feel like we're making progress. Anyway, fuck. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Probably either Conan or Borderlands tonight. We'll figure that part out later. But uh, until then, bye.